First of all, I mean, they picked up your option, which, I mean, that's business, right? But it does say something to you about how they see you, I guess. Did you take anything from that?
To me, it's just been like more motivation. You know, they're giving me more opportunities to just add to the team and just contribute to winning. So for me, I'm just gonna hit the ground running again. And going to the offseason, just keep stacking on what I've been doing these past couple of years. So every year I've been improving every single year. So I just gotta keep doing that and show the team why I'm supposed to be here.
Right.
What was it like? I guess relinking with Latu and.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any inkling, like, okay, this guy could be my teammate one day?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, like, we were training in the offseason, I'll see him every now and then, and I was like, man, this guy could really be my teammate, we spoke a little bit and, just feeding off each other during training sessions and, just seeing how he rushed, seeing his college film and stuff like that, I'm just like, man, this guy came to play with us, it'll be crazy, and it'll be good for us as well.
What struck you about him, like specifically, just about his skill set? I mean, because you guys are kind of different, right?
Yeah. I would say he's real slippery. Like, he gets on and off blocks real easy, can bend the corner, turn the edge, and just really manipulating the O-line. Like, just his counters and his spins and everything like that. Like, just watching his film is crazy. Yeah.
Kwity, where do you want to make strides coming up this season?
Just improving my numbers any way I can, and every aspect of my game. More tackles, more TFLs, more sacks, strip sacks, stuff like that. Anything that I could do to help this team, close out games and just win. Really.
What's your impression of Coach Partridge so far?
A guy that knows a lot, man. Like, he's ecstatic to be here. He's gonna give everything that he has to this D-line room, and he's not gonna leave anybody behind, man. Like, coaches everyone the same way, just the energy that he brings even to practice, to the meeting room, like, you can just feel it.
I know you guys want to have, waves on that defensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, you had that kind of last year. Now you've added Latu. I mean, what do you envision this being like for opponents to face you guys?
I think it'll just be like a big problem for other teams, like you see teams that make it far in the playoffs, the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Eagles, teams like that where they just have a second D-line that could be a first D-line anywhere else. So, that's kind of like, I feel like that's what we're trying to build here, and there's no drop-off. As soon as the second D-line come in, like, the O-line doesn't have a rest. Like, the O-line doesn't have a chance to regroup for the next, for the first D-line to come in. So, for us, I mean, it's going to be great. We can go out there, give everything we got, knowing that, hey, I'm going to come off, and we have another wave that's going to come in and do just as well. So, it's encouraging for us to, really empty the tank every single time we're out there and, just compete.
Can you be more productive that way too? Because you might play fewer snaps, maybe.
Yeah.
But if you are leaving it all out there, can you be more productive?
Exactly. Yeah. If you're fresh, you go out there and you can really like ball out. My coach in college, he said, fatigue make cowards out of all of us. And I feel like when you're fatigued, like, you can still push it, but at the same time, like, there's only so much that you can do, man. When you have those waves, you can just come in fresh every single time and give everything that you got, knowing that you got that next wave, so you can't save anything. So we should all be going out there,
How important is continuity on the interior of a defensive line for a defensive end in terms of knowing, like, hey, I'm going to run a game on this play based on the site that we see, just like knowing what Grove, what Buck, what Taekwon Dio, those guys that kick inside?
Just rushing with those guys is great because they're real smart rushers and they're real smart football players. So anything that they see, we're real good at communicating and them telling us the edges, what they see and what they're trying to work, and then we can just work off of them. So, it's great to have the guys that we have in our room, real intelligent guys and real great ball players.
As you go into year 4, what do you think has been? I mean, it's the biggest lesson you've learned about playing in the NFL, or what's the biggest area you see yourself growing?
See myself growing. I think just improving any way I can. Just watching film, just being like real critical of myself. Like a play where I got a sack, I could be like, oh, I could have got a strip sack here, or a tackle could have been a TFL, or I'm not punching for the ball, or like really just like putting everything I got towards every single play. I feel like I can do a better job of that. So, I mean, every single offseason, I just go into the offseason just trying to improve, and, I've been doing a good job of that. So I'm just trying to keep stack.
It feels like you've been You had 8.5 sacks last year, which is a good number, but it does feel like you've been close a lot. Is that fair? And how do you get from close to finishing, you know?
Yeah, I think sometimes, like, there'll be times where I watch film and I'll be close to a sack, but, you know, I didn't turn my hips, I didn't finish through, I didn't rip through. There's some times where, like, I'll leave my trail arm behind and they'll give the O-line, like, a second to, you know, hold me up or whatever. So for me, really just finishing all my moves and, you know, even in the walkthroughs and just walking throughout the house or whatever, just really practicing flipping and finishing and making sure I'm taking note of everything throughout the game. And, you know, at the same time in the game, if certain moves aren't working, coming to the sideline and adjusting and being able to talk to coach and seeing what he's seeing and what I can do. So I have to do a better job of that as well, for sure.
Who or what is the recipient of your pass rush moves at your home that you're working on?
What was that?
You said you're working on those moves at home. So who or what is the most received of those?
Just corners, just working, turning the corner in the house or whatever. My girlfriend.
That's where you were going.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta be careful with those corners. You're gonna end up doing drywall
Yeah,
projects.
Do you ever blame any other D lineman for getting you a sack? Like you beat your guy and you're like, I got a hand on him, but you got an arm, so you get it. Like, how does that conversation go? Like during the game?
You know, it gets real tricky with the half sacks. You know, it's kind of like we've seen it a couple times where two guys will hop in the quarterback and then one person will raise their hand. So it's like whoever raises their hand faster gets the sack. But you know, I feel like it's great. Like we just compete and we just try to get sacks, and you know. But it's definitely funny. But I feel like the only time I was kind of sick about it was the Panthers game, where I won a couple times and I was just 1 second too late and Buck got a sack. And then another time was the Texans game. I had a nice cross chop and EJ came flying through and just got an easy sack. So you know, there's times like that where I'm like, man, like that was a good move, and I set him up, but someone else just got the sack. So, yeah.
That's the game. Right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.